Greetings, everyone. Now that I got my head wrapped up this way, and I forgot to put a pencil in the side of my hair, you might listen to me. You might want to hear the message. Now, I'm extending greetings to everybody, but this message is not for everyone. But those who hear the message and it resonates with you, I'm going to say to you that you need to humble yourself before God. And know that when someone come to you with a message, don't look at the messenger. Just pay attention to the message. And very few can acknowledge when they receive a message. Even if the message kind of rub them the wrong way, they understand that this is for me. And they have to work through it because it takes a process. Sometimes when you get a message and it resonates with your spirit, doesn't mean that you're going to accept it right away. But just be careful about mocking the one who delivered the message, or feeling any kind of way out towards that person, because the person means you no harm. It takes courage to deliver these messages. But I'm not going to worry about people's response to these messages anymore, because I see the harm that it can cost in getting into myself, the harm and the danger that it poses when I withhold these messages, and the freedom that comes when certain things are manifested and I know that I was obedient, because it's through my obedience that I prosper and that I am guided and protected. Okay? Now, there's a female from England, and I don't know if you still watch the video. I spoke to you about your husband. And trust me, man, if a computer screen could scream, it would with your response. And rather than take that information and store it and pray on it and see if you can save your marriage, what did you do? Zero. You didn't do nothing. You sat there in that room, have that conversation with that adult woman who should be leading you, but she's not. And you mock the spirit. When you mock the spirit, when the spirit sends someone with a message and you mock the spirit, you are left to your own suffering. Now, I'm not going to go into details. I spent the last 3 days in a mood, a tearful mood, because I delivered the message. Oh my goodness. You did not take heed. And I'm going to say to you, if you're listening to this video, that you're not out of the woods. Because that was just a part of the message. And there's an opportunity for it to end well for you if you obey. And if you don't, there's a penalty to pay. I'm going to share the video. It's not just about those who are not receiving the message or about me delivering these messages. Because as you can see, and if you're here long enough, I put the message down, it will not fall to the ground. That's how much I believe in my guides, that they never lied to me. And they gave me my wish that I said, don't cause me to feel ashamed. Because I'm testing the spirits to see when I get these messages, if they're coming from the Most High. Now, there's a female that I'm going to talk to in this message. You're saying, oh, I'm so bad lucky. I'm so salt. That's the expression you like to use. Why are things not working out for me? They're putting stuff on me. No one is putting anything on you. It's what you got in your household. It's what you got in your house. You like modern and contemporary things in your household. And what you have done is gone out and bought sculptures in your house that is possessed. They're possessed. They're things in your space that you need to get rid of. Get rid of that artwork with that baby with the wings. Get rid of it. That is possessed. Get rid of that statue in your household that you're calling classical pieces. Get rid of it. Because energies that are possessing this, they attach themselves to you Think carefully about what you're bringing into your house. And we're not just talking about things you buy at, a flea market, or things that you just purchase that are on some yard sale. Because I made a mistake in the past of bringing these yard sale things, these good pieces that I bought, and restore them into my household, not knowing what happened into people's houses, not knowing that these individuals had altars that they set up in their household, and altars that were dedicated to the spirit of death. And you bring it home and you think it's a great catch. Somebody's selling these pieces because they're moving, or someone gave them to you as a gift. Who's giving you these gifts? Who gave you that piece, that stone, that beautiful stone? Aesthetically it is beautiful, but what is it for? What does it hold? What's the purpose of it? Unless you can tell what these things are, unless you have the power to pick up on energies that are around you, you have to be very careful what you bring into your household. So I was invited to someone's home recently, and when I walked into the space, my entire body started crawling. My body started breaking out with hives when I entered her room. And everywhere I turned, where this bad energy was, it was attached to sculptures. It was attached to pieces that aesthetically looked very pleasing, but they were hosting spirit beings that were attaching themselves to her and her household. And when I asked her to remove them, it's removing these strongholds from her space. And when she took them down, the room was so light. Right before her very eyes, she could see every pimple on my body that came out disappeared. And so when I entered the living space, at the living room, and I start getting the same vibration again, I start breaking out in hives. And I said, here, you got some stuff in here, some strongholds that need to be broken. And when I look at my feet, the bag with the same thing she took out from her room, was in the living room beside my foot. She removed it from her space, and the place was balanced. Let me tell you something, people. I'm so sorry that many of you are willing to live your entire life just accepting just what someone else say without experiencing it. That's what I hope to do. What I try to do is pass on what I can, when I can, to whomever is willing to receive it. And hopefully what they learn, they can build upon that and not be a disciple, but go out there and find their own path. Find your own path, and be careful about how you mock the spirits. Be careful of how you treat the messengers when they come. They don't have to be beautiful. They don't have to be wealthy. They don't have to be popular. And instead of saying to yourself, who are you to give me any message? Say to yourself, how blessed I am that the universe and the Creator could send a random stranger from thousands of miles away to warn me, to instruct me. That's what I desire for myself. And so when I get my messages, whether they come from a child or they come from an animal, I receive them into my spirit and I give thanks. I've been going through my own process, and I'm heavy, very, very heavy at the moment, especially after a certain event unfolded recently. But I pray, I continue to stay prayerful, and I want you to understand that when I share your burdens, oftentimes you're gone, you're free. Because once you share it with somebody, you free yourself from it. I have it, I carry it, and I have to cleanse myself, cleanse my own energy, so I can continue to serve not just you or myself, but the Most High. It's that time. It is really that time when we can't waste our time, just on careless thinking and careless behavior. It's time for us to tap into that deeper side of ourselves, that deep spiritual part of us, and understand that every answer we seek we can gain it, we can get it, we can get answers if you stay plugged in and you stay prayerful and not just on your knees, but walking through life and communicate with the Most High. Stay blessed.